I took the pregnancy test in a Target bathroom. I couldn't wait until I got home. Month 48. This one felt different. This one had to be it. 4 years of hoping. 4 years of breaking. The timer buzzed. 1 minute. I stared at that stick like it was holding my last piece of sanity. Please, please, God, please let this be 2 lines. I looked down. 1 line. Just one. I didn't cry right away. I laughed. The kind of laugh you make when something inside you finally snaps. I threw the test in the trash, wiped my face, walked out, pushed my cart through Target like nothing happened, like my heart wasn't splitting open right there between home goods and shampoo. My phone rang. Michael, my husband. Did you test? His voice wasn't hopeful anymore. It was tired. Empty. Done. Yeah. Negative. Silence. Heavy silence. The kind that feels like giving up. Then he said it. The sentence that made my knees buckle. I can't do this anymore, Emma. Not, I can't do this. Not, I can't do another month. He meant me. He couldn't do me anymore. A pregnant woman walked past me in that moment. Big belly, glowing skin, shopping for baby clothes. Of course, because that's how my life worked now. Everywhere I went. Pregnant women, babies, strollers, birth announcements on Facebook, gender reveals on Instagram. Everyone was pregnant. Everyone except me. I drove home with my hands shaking on the steering wheel. 48 negative tests. 4 years. 4 years of tracking ovulation. 4 years of timed intercourse. 4 years of symptom spotting. 4 years of hoping every single cramp meant something. Every single twinge. Every bit of nausea. Every moment of fatigue. Maybe this is it. Maybe I'm pregnant this time. 48 times I was wrong. I walked through our apartment door. Michael was on the couch, not looking at me, just staring at the TV. I'm sorry, I whispered. Don't. Michael, please. He stood up, slammed his hand on the coffee table. I said, don't, Emma. I can't keep watching you shatter every single month. I can't keep shattering with you. My stomach dropped. My world tilted. So what are you saying? He looked at me, really looked at me, and I saw something in his eyes I'd never seen before. He was done. Completely done. I need a break from all of this. My voice cracked. A break from trying? Or a break from me? He didn't answer. That silence told me everything. I grabbed my keys. Where are you going? Out. I didn't know where. I just drove. Until I ended up at my sister-in-law's house. Claire, Michael's older sister. She answered the door with a glass of wine in her hand. Emma, what's wrong? Everything poured out. The negative test, Michael's breakdown. 4 years of failure. She pulled me inside, sat me on her couch, poured me wine. I don't understand, I sobbed. Why is this so hard? Why can everyone else get pregnant except me? Claire took a long sip of her wine. Then she said something that made my blood run cold. Maybe you're trying too hard. I looked up. What? I mean, you're so focused on it. Maybe you just need to relax. Stop obsessing. Relax? Yeah, stress affects fertility, right? Maybe if you just stopped thinking about it so much. Claire. I put down my wine glass. I've been trying for 4 years. Do you know what that's like? I know, but no, you don't know. I stood up. You got pregnant with Mason on your first try, and then accidentally got pregnant with Lily 2 years later. Her face flushed. That's not fair. You've never had to track ovulation, or take your temperature every single morning, or pee on sticks and analyze lines that aren't there, or inject yourself with hormones that make you crazy, or, Emma, I'm just trying to help. So don't tell me to relax. I grabbed my purse, headed for the door. Emma, wait. I turned around. Claire was standing there, looking guilty, but also annoyed, like I was overreacting, like I was being dramatic. Then she said it, the words that would haunt me for months. Maybe you're just not meant to be a mother. Time stopped. Everything went silent. What did you just say? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like, yes, you did. I walked out, slammed her door, got in my car, and sat there, shaking. 4 years, 48 negative tests, my husband pulling away, my sister-in-law telling me I'm not meant to be a mom. Let me take you back to the beginning. To understand how I ended up taking a pregnancy test in a Target bathroom on month 48, You need to know how month 1 felt. Michael and I got married when I was 27. 2 years later, we decided we were ready. Ready for a baby. Ready to be parents. Ready to start our family. I remember the exact moment we decided. We were at his brother's house for Sunday dinner, watching his niece and nephew run around the backyard. Michael looked at me and smiled. Ready? He asked. I knew exactly what he meant. Yeah, I'm ready. That night, I threw away my birth control pills. I downloaded 3 fertility apps, started tracking my cycle, reading articles about ovulation, learning about cervical mucus and basal body temperature. I thought I was being prepared. I thought I was doing everything right. Month 1 came and went. Negative test. That's okay, Michael said. It takes most couples 3 to 6 months. Month 2, negative. We're still in the normal range, I told myself. Month 3, negative. Month 4, negative. Month 5, negative. By month 6, I wasn't smiling anymore when I took the tests. By month 8, I was testing 3 days early every cycle. By month 10, I had a drawer full of ovulation predictor kits and pregnancy tests. By month 12, I made my first appointment with a fertility specialist, Dr. Richard Harrison. I'll never forget that name. He was in his 50s. Expensive suit, Rolex watch. The kind of doctor who talks at you, not to you. He looked at my chart for maybe 30 seconds. You're only 30, he said. You've only been trying a year. Give it more time. But I've been tracking everything, I said. My cycles are regular. We're timing everything perfectly. Something feels wrong. He smiled. The kind of smile that made me feel stupid. Mrs. Carter, I see women like you every day. Type A personality. Overachievers. You're probably just stressing yourself out. I don't think... Have you tried just relaxing? Maybe take a vacation? Stop thinking about it so much? I felt my face get hot. I've been trying for a year. I'm not just thinking about it too much. He leaned back in his chair. Look, unexplained infertility is very common. Your blood work is normal. Your husband's counts are normal. Everything looks fine. Keep trying naturally for another 6 months. Then we'll talk about intervention. 6 more months? You're young. You have time. I left that office feeling dismissed, invalidated, like my concerns didn't matter. But I listened to him. I tried to relax. Month 13, month 14, month 15, all negative. Michael started changing around month 15. Little things at first. He stopped asking about my cycle, stopped looking hopeful when I'd announce my fertile window, started working late more often. I have a big project, he'd say, but I knew. He was avoiding me, avoiding the disappointment, avoiding the crying, avoiding the version of me that showed up every month when I saw that single line. Month 18 rolled around. My best friend Morgan called me. I have news, she said. I knew before she said it. That tone. That excited, guilty tone. I'm pregnant. My heart dropped into my stomach. Oh my God. Congratulations. I tried to sound happy. I really tried. I know this might be hard for you, she said, but I wanted you to hear it from me first. How long were you trying? Silence. Morgan, how long? We weren't really trying. It just happened. Of course it did. I hung up after a few more minutes of fake enthusiasm, sat on my bathroom floor, and cried for an hour. Michael found me there when he got home from work. He didn't say anything, just sat down next to me. We didn't talk about it. We stopped talking about a lot of things by then. Month 20 rolled around. I went back to Dr. Harrison. It's been 20 months, I said. Can we please run more tests? He sighed. Actually sighed, like I was inconveniencing him. Fine, we'll run a full hormone panel. HSG test. Check your tubes. The tests came back normal. Everything was normal. See, he said. I told you. Unexplained infertility. Just keep trying. I wanted to scream. Month 24 was Christmas. Michael's whole family gathered at his parents' house. His mom, his dad, his older sister Claire with her husband and 2 kids, his younger brother with his pregnant wife. Everyone was there. Dinner was going fine until Claire opened her mouth. So Emma, she said loudly across the table, when are you guys finally going to have kids? The table went quiet. Michael's hand tensed on his fork. We're working on it, I said quietly. Well, you better hurry up, she laughed. Tick-tock. Your eggs aren't getting any younger. Michael's mom jumped in. Claire, that's not appropriate. What? I'm just saying. She's 31 now. If she waits too much longer, it'll be too late. I felt every eye on me, my face burning, my throat closing. Excuse me, I whispered. I got up and went to the bathroom, locked the door, sat on the edge of the tub, trying not to cry. There was a knock. Emma, it's Michael. I'm fine. No, you're not. Let me in. I opened the door. He came in and closed it behind him. I'm sorry. Claire's an idiot. She doesn't know, I said. She should mind her own business. Everyone thinks it's so easy. They think we're just not trying hard enough. Michael pulled me into a hug. We'll figure this out, I promise. But his promises were starting to feel empty because we'd been saying, we'll figure this out for 2 years. And we were no closer to a baby. Month 27. Michael stopped coming to my doctor appointments. I have a meeting, he'd say. Or, I can't get off work. Or, you don't really need me there for blood work. He was pulling away. I could feel it. Every negative test pushed him further from me. Month 30. I joined a support group. 10 women sitting in a circle in a community center, all dealing with infertility. Some had been trying for 2 years, some for 5, some for 7. One woman, Jennifer, had been trying for 9 years. 9 years. I couldn't imagine. But listening to them helped. They understood. They got it in a way Michael didn't. In a way Morgan didn't. In a way my family didn't. These women knew what it felt like to live your life in 2-week increments. To have your heart break every single month. To watch everyone around you get pregnant while you stayed empty. Month 36. Morgan had her baby. A girl. Healthy. Perfect. She texted me a photo from the hospital. I stared at it for 10 minutes. That should have been me. I should have had a baby by now. We'd been trying for 3 years. 3 years of negative tests. 3 years of tracking. 3 years of hoping. 3 years of breaking. I didn't go to the hospital. I couldn't. Morgan was hurt. I thought you'd want to meet her, she said on the phone. I do. I can't right now. Emma, I know this is hard for you, but this isn't about you. That stung. I know it's not about me. I'm trying to be happy for you. Trying? You should be happy for me. I'm your best friend, and you're my best friend who got pregnant without even trying, while I've been struggling for 3 years. Silence. I didn't mean it like that, I said. I think you did. She hung up. We didn't talk for 2 months after that. Month 38. Michael came home late from work. Again? I was in bed, staring at the ceiling. He got in bed without saying anything, turned his back to me. Are you cheating on me? I asked. He rolled over. What? No. Why would you ask that? Because you're never here anymore. You avoid me. You won't touch me unless it's my fertile window. You don't talk to me. Because I don't know what to say anymore, Emma. He sat up. Every conversation is about ovulation, or tests, or doctors, or treatments. That's all we talk about. That's all we are anymore. Because we're trying to have a baby. No, you're trying to have a baby. I'm just existing around your obsession. That word hit me like a slap. Obsession. I'm not obsessed. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with me. Maybe nothing's wrong. Maybe it's just not meant to happen for us. I stared at him. You're giving up? I'm not giving up. I'm just tired, Emma. I'm so tired. He laid back down, turned away from me, and I knew I was losing him. Month 40. Morgan called. I'm pregnant again, she said. I didn't say anything. Emma, are you there? Yeah. I know this is bad timing. It wasn't planned? No, we were going to wait a few more years, but it just happened. It just happened. Those 3 words. They stabbed me every time. Congratulations, I said, my voice flat, dead. Emma, I have to go. I hung up. Blocked her number. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't watch everyone around me get everything I wanted without even trying. Month 42. Michael's mom invited us to lunch, just the 3 of us. She ordered wine. Made small talk. Then she got to her real reason. I wanted to talk to you both about something. Michael and I looked at each other. I know you've been trying for a long time, she said gently. And I know it's been hard. Mom, Michael started. Let me finish. I just think maybe it's time to consider other options. Other options? I asked. Adoption? Or maybe accepting that it might not happen. The restaurant suddenly felt too small, too hot. Are you telling us to give up? Michael asked. I'm telling you that I'm worried about you, both of you. This is destroying your marriage. Our marriage is fine, I said. She looked at me with such pity. Emma, honey, it's not. Anyone can see that. Michael stood up. This conversation is over. He threw money on the table. We left, drove home in silence. He went straight to the bedroom, slammed the door. I sat on the couch and realized his mom was right. This was destroying our marriage. But I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know how to give up. I didn't know how to be anything other than a woman desperately trying to have a baby. Month 44, I found a new doctor, Dr. Sarah Chin. She actually listened. "I've read through all your records," she said at our first appointment, "and I'm concerned that some things were missed." Missed? "Your previous doctor ran basic tests, but there are more comprehensive panels we should do, especially given how long you've been trying." Hope flickered in my chest, the first hope I'd felt in months. She ordered new tests, blood work, ultrasounds, more detailed hormone panels. Everything came back normal. "Again? I'm sorry," she said. "I was hoping we'd find something, but sometimes infertility truly is unexplained." The hope died. "So, what do? We can try IUI or move to IVF, but those are expensive options, and there's no guarantee." "How expensive?" "IVF can run anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000 per cycle." I felt sick. "We didn't have that kind of money." "Let me talk to my husband," I said. That night, I brought it up. Michael was quiet for a long time. "I don't think we should do IVF," he finally said. "Why not?" "Because it's expensive. Because there's no guarantee. Because I think we need to consider that maybe this isn't going to happen for us." "So you are giving up?" "I'm being realistic." "No, you're giving up on me, on us, on our family." "We don't have a family, Emma. It's just us, and we're barely holding on." The words hung in the air between us. "I can't keep doing this," he said quietly. "Can't keep doing what?" He looked at me with tears in his eyes. "Living in your 2-week wait, watching you breaking with you. I can't keep drowning in this." "Then what do you want?" "I don't know." Month 45. We started sleeping in separate rooms. He said it was because I kept him awake at night, tossing and turning, crying, having nightmares. But I knew the truth. He couldn't stand to be near me anymore. I had become someone he didn't recognize, someone he didn't want to be around. The obsessed woman his mom warned him about, the broken woman who couldn't give him the one thing we both wanted. Month 46. I stopped going to the support group. I stopped seeing friends. I stopped doing anything except tracking my cycle and hoping. My entire life had become waiting. Waiting to ovulate. Waiting to test. Waiting for results. Waiting for answers. Waiting for a miracle. I was a ghost living in my own life. Month 47. Michael suggested marriage counseling. "I don't need counseling. I need a baby." "No, Emma. You need help. We need help. Therapy isn't going to get me pregnant. It might save our marriage." "What marriage? You won't even sleep in the same bed as me." He looked at me with exhaustion in his eyes. "Please, just try. For me." I agreed to go. Not because I thought it would help, but because I was terrified of losing him completely. Our first session was brutal. The therapist, Dr. Williams, asked us to share our feelings. Michael went first. "I feel like I'm living with a stranger," he said. "Emma isn't Emma anymore. She's become this obsessed person who can't think about anything except getting pregnant. And I know it's not her fault. I know this is trauma, but I'm drowning too. And I don't know how to save us." I couldn't look at him, couldn't face the pain in his voice. Dr. Williams waited, let the silence sit. Then she turned to me. "Emma, what are you feeling?" "Broken." My voice cracked. "I feel broken, like my body is defective. Like I'm failing at the one thing women are supposed to be able to do naturally. And every month that goes by, I feel more broken, more worthless, more like I'm letting everyone down." Michael reached for my hand. I pulled away. "And the worst part," I continued, "is watching everyone else succeed where I fail. My best friend has 2 kids now, both accidents. My sister-in-law has 2 kids, easy pregnancies. Michael's brother's wife just had her second baby. Everyone is moving forward with their lives and their families, and I'm stuck. Still stuck. Always stuck." Tears streamed down my face. "I don't know how to be anything else anymore. I don't know how to just be without trying, without hoping, without breaking." Dr. Williams leaned forward. "Emma, how long have you felt this way?" "Since month 12, when the first doctor dismissed me, when I realized this wasn't going to be easy. Every month since then, it's gotten worse." "And Michael, when did you start pulling away?" He shifted uncomfortably. "Month 15, maybe? That's when Morgan got pregnant. Emma was devastated. She cried for days, and I didn't know how to help her. So I started avoiding. working late, making excuses, because watching her hurt was killing me. Did you tell Emma this? No. Why not? Because it felt selfish. She was the one suffering. I was just tired. Dr. Williams nodded slowly. Let me tell you what I'm seeing. Emma, what you're experiencing is called secondary trauma. The repeated loss, month after month, has traumatized you. Your nervous system is in constant fight or flight mode. Every cycle, you prepare for disappointment, and when it comes, your body experiences it as a fresh wound on top of all the old ones. She turned to Michael. And Michael, you're experiencing caregiver fatigue. You've been trying to hold Emma up while drowning yourself. You've been her support system for 4 years, but you haven't had support yourself. So you're depleted, empty, running on fumes. She looked at both of us. Here's the hard truth. You're both trauma survivors, and you're both trying to survive alone instead of together. What do we do? I asked. First, you need to understand that this isn't your fault, either of you. Infertility is a medical condition, not a moral failing. Emma, your body isn't broken. It's struggling with something, but that doesn't make you less valuable or less worthy. She paused. Second, Michael needs to stop being the silent supporter. You need to voice your pain too. You need to tell Emma when you're drowning, because she can't read your mind. Michael nodded. And third, Dr. Williams continued, here's what I'm going to suggest. Take a break from trying, completely. No tracking, no testing, no appointments. Just focus on rebuilding your relationship. I can't do that, I said immediately. Why not? Because I'm 33. My eggs are dying every month. I don't have time to take a break. Emma, Michael said, please, just listen. No, you don't understand. If we stop trying, we might miss our window. We already missed it, Michael shouted. We missed it months ago when you stopped being my wife and became a baby-making machine. We missed it when we stopped having sex for any reason other than ovulation. We missed it when we stopped laughing together, sleeping together, living together. The room went silent. I can't lose you, he said quietly. I already lost the woman I married. I can't lose you completely. That night, lying in bed alone, I thought about what Dr. Williams said. Take a break. Stop trying. Just focus on us. Could I do that? Could I let go of the one thing I'd been holding on to for almost 4 years? Month 48 arrived. The Target bathroom, the negative test, the phone call, Claire's house, her cruel words, and here we are. Sitting in my car outside Claire's house, shaking, my phone rang. Michael, I answered. Where are you? He asked. I went to Claire's. Why? I needed someone. And? She told me to relax. And then she told me, maybe I'm not meant to be a mother. Silence on the other end. I'm coming to get you, he said. Send me the address. Michael, send me the address, Emma. 20 minutes later, his car pulled up. He got out, walked to my car, opened my door. Come on, I got out. He pulled me into a hug, the first real hug we'd had in months. I broke down completely in his arms. I'm sorry, I sobbed. I'm so sorry. Shh, we're going to be okay. How? How are we going to be okay? I don't know yet, but we will. He drove us home, helped me inside, made me tea, sat with me on the couch. I think Dr. Williams is right, he said. We need to take a break. Michael, not forever, just for a few months. Let's focus on us, on our marriage, on remembering why we fell in love, I wanted to argue. But I was so tired, so broken, so done fighting. Okay, I whispered. Okay? Yeah, okay, let's take a break. That night, Michael slept in our bed, next to me. For the first time in months, he held my hand as I fell asleep. And for the first time in 4 years, I slept through the night without dreaming about pregnancy tests. Month 49 started without fanfare. I deleted my tracking apps, put away my thermometer, threw out my stockpile of ovulation and pregnancy tests. Michael and I started going to therapy every week. We went on dates. Real dates, not strategically timed intercourse disguised as romance. We went to movies, tried new restaurants, took a weekend trip to the mountains. We started talking about things other than babies, his job, my hobbies, books we wanted to read, plans for renovating the kitchen. We started laughing again, having sex because we wanted to, not because an app told us to, sleeping in the same bed every night, holding hands, kissing in the kitchen, being US again. 3 weeks into month 49, I realized my period was late, but I didn't test. I refused to test. I wasn't going back to that place. 4 weeks in, I still hadn't gotten my period. Michael noticed. Are you? I don't know. I'm not testing. Why not? Because I can't go back there. I can't get my hopes up just to have them destroyed again. But what if? No, I'm not testing. He didn't push. Week 5 came and went. I started feeling nauseous, but I told myself it was stress, or something I ate, or the flu. Week 6 arrived. Michael came home from work with a bag from the drugstore. He set it on the bathroom counter. I looked inside. 3 pregnancy tests. I'm not asking you to take them, he said, but they're there, if you want to. I stared at that bag for 3 days. On the 4th day, I woke up at 6 a.m. Michael was still asleep. I went to the bathroom, pulled out one of the tests. My hands were shaking so badly, I could barely open the package. I peed on the stick, set the timer for 3 minutes, and waited. I couldn't look. I paced the bathroom, counted the tiles on the floor, stared at the ceiling. The timer went off. I picked up the test and saw 2 lines. 2 lines. Not faint, not questionable. 2 clear, undeniable lines. I dropped the test, picked it up again, looked closer. Still 2 lines. I took the second test, waited 3 minutes, 2 lines. I took the third test, 2 lines. I sat on the bathroom floor with all 3 positive tests lined up in front of me, and I couldn't breathe. 4 years, 48 negative tests, and now, finally, 2 lines. I don't know how long I sat there, but eventually, Michael knocked on the door. Emma, you okay? I couldn't speak. He opened the door, saw me on the floor, saw the tests. His knees buckled. He dropped to the floor next to me. Are those? I nodded. He picked up one of the tests, stared at it, looked at me. You're pregnant? I think so. He started crying, pulled me into his arms, held me so tight I could barely breathe. We did it, he whispered. We finally did it. But I was terrified because I'd been here before, not pregnant, but hopeful. And I knew how quickly hope could be destroyed. Don't tell anyone yet, I said. Please. Not until we're sure. Okay. Whatever you need. The next week was torture. Every twinge made me panic. Every trip to the bathroom, I checked for blood. Every moment, I waited for something to go wrong. Michael made me a doctor's appointment with Dr. Chen, the one doctor who'd actually listened to me. We went together. They did blood work, confirmed the pregnancy, did an ultrasound, and there it was. A tiny blob on the screen with a flickering heartbeat. I started sobbing. Michael squeezed my hand so hard it hurt. That's our baby, Dr. Chen said with a smile. Congratulations. 6 weeks pregnant, after 4 years of trying, after 48 negative tests, after almost losing my marriage, after giving up completely. Month 49. The month we stopped trying was the month everything changed. But I still couldn't fully believe it. I was too scared. Too traumatized, too broken to accept that this was real. Week 8 arrived. Time to tell our families. We invited everyone to our house for dinner. Michael's parents, Claire and her husband, Michael's brother and his wife, my parents. Everyone gathered in our living room. We have an announcement, Michael said. He looked at me. I nodded. We're pregnant. The room exploded. Everyone screaming, crying, hugging us. Claire stood up. Oh my God, Emma. Finally, I'm so happy for you. She tried to hug me. I stepped back. Don't. The room went quiet. Emma, she started. Do you remember what you said to me? I asked. 6 months ago, when I was at my lowest. Her face went pale. I don't. You told me that maybe I'm not meant to be a mother. Everyone gasped. Michael's mom looked at Claire in horror. You said, what? I didn't mean it like, you told your brother's wife, who'd been trying for 4 years, that she wasn't meant to be a mother. Claire's husband looked at her. Is that true? I was trying to help. She was obsessing. Obsessing? I said. I was grieving. Every month I grieved the baby I didn't have. And you told me to relax. You compared me to myself getting pregnant easily. You made me feel worthless. Tears streamed down my face. And you weren't the only one. Dr. Harrison dismissed me for 2 years. Told me I was just stressed. Told me to relax and take a vacation. Morgan stopped being my friend because I couldn't handle watching her get everything I wanted without trying. I looked around the room. All of you watched me break, month after month, and most of you told me to just relax, just stop thinking about it, just be patient. Michael's arm wrapped around me. Emma almost died during those 4 years, he said quietly. Not physically, but emotionally. She became a shell of herself, and I almost lost her completely. He looked at Claire. And you made it worse. Claire was crying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know you are, I said. But sorry doesn't erase what you said, and it doesn't fix the damage it caused. I took a breath. I'm pregnant now. After 4 years and 48 negative tests, I'm finally pregnant. And I'm terrified every single day that something will go wrong, that I'll lose this baby, that this miracle will be taken away from me. I looked at Claire. So you don't get to be part of this journey. Not yet. Not until I'm ready. Not until you understand the weight of what you said to me. Michael's mom stood up, came to me, hugged me. I'm so sorry, she whispered, for everything, for what I said, for not understanding. Thank you. The rest of the evening was tense. Claire and her husband left early, but everyone else stayed, asked questions, celebrated with us. And for the first time in 4 years, I felt supported. The pregnancy wasn't easy. Every week brought new fears. Week 10 arrived, another ultrasound. I lay on the table, holding Michael's hand so tight, my knuckles turned white. Dr. Chen moved the wand across my belly. Silence. My heart stopped. Is everything okay? Michael asked. Just looking, Dr. Chen said calmly. More silence. I couldn't breathe. This was it. This was where we'd lose the baby, where my miracle would be taken away. Then suddenly, the sound. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. There's the heartbeat, Dr. Chen said with a smile. Strong and healthy. 165 beats per minute. I started sobbing. Relief flooded through me. Everything looks perfect, Dr. Chen continued. Baby is measuring right on track. Week 12 brought genetic testing. They drew my blood, sent it off to a lab, said we'd have results in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, another 2-week wait. But this time, instead of waiting for pregnancy, I was waiting to find out if my baby was healthy. Those were the longest 2 weeks of my life. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every time my phone rang, my heart jumped. Was this the call? Was this bad news? Finally, Dr. Chen called. Emma, I have your results. My hands shook. And? Everything came back low risk. No abnormalities detected. Your baby looks great. I fell to my knees. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Week 16. Would the anatomy scan show problems? We sat in the ultrasound room. The technician was quiet as she moved the wand, measuring, clicking, taking images. Silent. Is everything okay? I finally asked. I'm just doing measurements, she said. The doctor will review everything and talk to you. That wasn't reassuring. The doctor came in 20 minutes later. Everything looks perfect, she said. 10 fingers, 10 toes. Brain looks good. Heart looks good. Spine looks good. No concerns. Michael squeezed my hand. We both exhaled. Oh, the doctor added. Do you want to know the gender? We looked at each other. Yes, we said together. She smiled. It's a girl. Michael started crying. I started crying. A girl. We were having a girl. Week 20 brought new anxiety, cramping. Not terrible, but enough to scare me. I called Dr. Chen's office. They told me to come in immediately. Michael left work, met me at the hospital. They hooked me up to monitors, checked the baby's heartbeat, did an ultrasound. Everything looks fine, the on-call doctor said. Just round ligament pain, completely normal, but nothing felt normal. Every sensation felt like a threat. Every cramp could be the beginning of the end. Week 24, viability. If something went wrong after this point, the baby might survive. Might. That word haunted me. Week 28. I started having nightmares. Dreams where I went into labor too early. Dreams where the baby didn't make it. Dreams where I held an empty blanket. I'd wake up gasping, checking my body for blood, making sure I could still feel the baby moving. Michael would hold me. She's okay, he'd whisper. She's still here. Week 30 brought a scare. My blood pressure was high. Too high. Dr. Chen put me on modified bed rest. Nothing strenuous, she said. Take it easy. We'll monitor you closely. I spent 2 weeks on the couch, terrified, monitoring every symptom. Every headache could be preeclampsia. Every bit of swelling could be a sign something was wrong. But week 32 came, and my blood pressure stabilized. Dr. Chen cleared me for normal activity. Baby girl is doing great, she said. Keep doing what you're doing. My support group threw me a small baby shower. Just the women who understood, who'd been through loss, who'd struggled, who got it. Morgan reached out at week 24. I didn't respond at first, but then I realized something. Holding on to anger was exhausting, and I didn't want to carry it anymore. We met for coffee. She was 8 months pregnant with her third. I'm sorry, she said immediately, for everything, for not understanding, for making it about me, for not being there when you needed me. Thank you. I didn't get it. I didn't understand how much you were suffering, and I should have. I should have been a better friend. She started crying. I'm pregnant again, Emma. And all I can think about is how easy it was for me, how I took it for granted, how I complained about being pregnant when you would have given anything to have that problem. I reached across the table, took her hand. I forgive you. Really? Yeah. Life's too short to stay angry. We talked for 2 hours, reconnected. And I realized that forgiveness wasn't for her. It was for me. Week 32 arrived. The baby was healthy, growing perfectly. We found out we were having a girl. Michael cried when we found out. A little girl, he kept saying. We're having a little girl. We started preparing the nursery, painting walls, building furniture, folding tiny clothes. It felt real for the first time. Week 36, Claire reached out, asked if we could talk. I agreed to meet her. We sat in a coffee shop, far from everyone we knew. Neutral territory. I've been going to therapy, she said. Okay. After that dinner, after you called me out in front of everyone, I realized I have a lot of my own issues. Control issues, judgment issues. I've been projecting my own insecurities onto other people. She looked down at her coffee. My marriage isn't perfect, hasn't been for a long time. And instead of dealing with that, I judged everyone else's relationships, made myself feel superior by putting others down. I appreciate you telling me this. My therapist helped me see that what I said to you, it came from a dark place inside me, a place where I felt inadequate and tried to make others feel worse so I could feel better. Tears filled her eyes. What I said to you was unforgivable. And I know sorry isn't enough, but I am sorry, truly. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life making it up to you. I studied her face. She looked genuinely remorseful, broken even. Can I ask you something? I said. Anything. When you got pregnant with Mason, your first, was it really your first try? She looked away. No. How long did it take? 4 months. And those 4 months were hell. I was terrified something was wrong with me. And when I finally got pregnant, I was so relieved, but also ashamed that it had taken so long. 4 months isn't long. I know that now. But at the time, it felt like forever. And then when you told me you'd been trying for a year, I panicked. Because if 1 year was struggling, what did that make my 4 months? She wiped her eyes. So I minimized your pain to make myself feel better about my own experience. I told you to relax because that's what people told me. And it worked for me, so I thought it would work for you. But everyone's different. I know that now. We sat in silence for a moment. Can I be part of your baby's life? As an aunt? I thought about it. Really thought about it. Yes, but on my terms. You come when invited. You respect my boundaries. And if you ever say anything like that again to me or anyone else, I won't, I promise. I'm working on being better. 3 months after Lily was born, I got a text from Michael's mom. Have you heard about Claire? No. What happened? She and Mark are getting divorced. My stomach dropped. I called Claire. I heard, I said when she answered. She started crying immediately. He's been cheating on me for 2 years. With someone from his work. Oh my God, Claire, I'm so sorry. The worst part? Everyone saw it coming except me. His late nights, his distance. I was so busy judging everyone else's marriages that I didn't see my own falling apart. She sobbed into the phone. I was so cruel to you about your marriage, about your struggle. And the whole time, my husband was betraying me. This isn't karma, I said gently. This is just life being unfair. No. It is karma, and I deserve it for what I said to you. for how I treated you. Nobody deserves this, Claire. But part of me wondered if she was right, if the universe had a way of balancing things out. The family dynamics shifted after Claire's divorce. Michael's parents were supportive of her, but they also started holding her accountable. You need to apologize to Emma again, Michael's mom told her at a family dinner. Properly, in front of everyone. Claire did. She stood up at Sunday dinner. The whole family was there. I want to say something, she announced. Everyone looked at her. Last year, I said something unforgivable to Emma. I told her that maybe she wasn't meant to be a mother. And I need everyone here to know how wrong that was. How cruel. How damaging. Tears streamed down her face. Emma and Michael struggled for 4 years. 4 years of pain I can't even imagine. And instead of supporting them, I added to their pain. I made jokes. I made comments. I dismissed their struggle. She looked directly at me. Emma, I am so deeply sorry. Not just for what I said, but for all the times I didn't support you. For all the times I made you feel less than. You are an incredible mother, and you deserved kindness, not cruelty. The room was silent. Michael's mom was crying. His dad was nodding. Michael squeezed my hand. I forgive you, I said quietly. Thank you, she whispered. After that, Claire became one of my biggest supporters. She babysat when I needed breaks. She called to check in. She sent me articles about postpartum recovery. She became the sister-in-law I'd always wanted. And slowly, I let her back into my life. Not because she deserved immediate forgiveness, but because I deserved peace. And holding on to anger was exhausting. Week 38, Dr. Chen called. Emma, I want to talk to you about something. Is something wrong with the baby? No, the baby's fine. But I've been reviewing your old records from Dr. Harrison. My stomach dropped. And I found something he missed. Something that should have been tested years ago. What? Your progesterone levels were low. Not dangerously low, but low enough that it could have prevented implantation. It's easily treatable with supplements. If he'd caught it 3 years ago, you might have gotten pregnant much sooner. Rage flooded through me. He missed it? I'm so sorry, Emma, but I wanted you to know. And I think you should consider filing a complaint. This kind of negligence is unacceptable. I hung up. Sat there, processing. 3 years. We wasted 3 years because he didn't run proper tests. 3 years of negative tests. 3 years of breaking. 3 years of almost losing my marriage. All because he was too arrogant to listen to me. Too dismissive to do his job properly. I told Michael that night. He was furious. We almost lost everything because of him, he said. Our marriage, your mental health, everything. What do I do? You file a complaint. You make sure he can't do this to anyone else. The next day, I contacted the state medical board, filed a formal complaint, detailed everything: his dismissive attitude, his refusal to run comprehensive tests, his negligence in missing obvious issues. Within a week, I got a call. Mrs. Carter, this is Jennifer Walsh from the medical board. I want to let you know that yours isn't the first complaint we've received about Dr. Harrison. It's not? No. In the past month, 3 other women have come forward, all with similar stories: dismissive care, inadequate testing, years of struggling when simple interventions might have helped. My heart broke for those women. What happens now? We're launching a full investigation. His practice will be audited, his patient files will be reviewed, and he'll be required to answer to the board. 2 months later, after Lily was born, I got another call. Mrs. Carter, I wanted to update you. Dr. Harrison's medical license has been suspended for 6 months. He's been ordered to complete additional training in reproductive endocrinology and patient care, and his practice is under probation. What does that mean? It means when he returns to practice, he'll be monitored closely. Any additional complaints, and he'll lose his license permanently. I felt vindicated, but also sad, because those years were still gone. We couldn't get them back. A month after his suspension, Michael showed me an article. Dr. Harrison's wife had filed for divorce. The investigation had revealed not just professional negligence, but financial mismanagement of their practice. He'd been billing insurance companies for tests he didn't run, charging patients for appointments he cut short. His entire life was unraveling. Part of me felt bad, but most of me felt justice, because he'd caused so much pain. To me, to those other women, to all the families who trusted him, and got nothing but dismissal and wasted years. Week 40 arrived. Labor started at 3 a.m. Contractions 5 minutes apart. We grabbed our hospital bag, drove through empty streets, checked into labor and delivery, and 12 hours later, our daughter was born. 7 pounds, 3 ounces, 20 inches long. Perfect in every way. They placed her on my chest, and I couldn't stop crying. Michael was sobbing. "She's here," he kept saying. "She's really here." We named her Lily, after Michael's grandmother, the woman who always believed we'd have a baby. 3 months later, I was in Lily's nursery. 3 a.m. feeding. She was asleep in my arms. Michael came in. "You okay?" "Yeah, just thinking." "About what?" "About how close we came to losing this. Losing us. Losing everything." He sat down next to me, but we didn't. No, we didn't. I looked at our daughter. "Remember when you said you couldn't do it anymore? Month 48? Yeah? I'm so glad you didn't give up on me. I'm glad you didn't give up on us." Lily stirred in my arms, opened her eyes, looked right at me, and I knew. Every negative test, every breakdown, every moment of despair, every fight, every tear, it was all worth it. For her, for us, for this moment right here. 4 years, 48 negative tests, 1 miracle, and a marriage that survived the storm. 6 months after Lily was born, I got a call from Morgan. "Emma, I need to tell you something." "What's wrong?" "Jake left me. He said he couldn't handle 3 kids. He just left." My heart broke for her. "I'm so sorry. I know I have no right to ask, but can we meet? I need someone who understands." I met her the next day, brought Lily with me. Morgan held my daughter and cried. "I took everything for granted," she said. "My pregnancies, my marriage, my friendships, everything." "You didn't know." "That's not an excuse. I should have been there for you." I put my hand on hers. "You can be here for me now. That's what matters." We rebuilt our friendship slowly, carefully, but genuinely. Claire became a better aunt than I expected. She came to visit once a week, brought gifts, helped with babysitting, never overstepped. And slowly, I forgave her too. Not because she deserved it immediately, but because holding on to anger was exhausting and life was too short. Dr. Harrison's medical license was suspended for 6 months. His practice lost most of its patients. His wife filed for divorce. His perfect life fell apart, and I felt nothing but justice because he'd caused so much pain. To me, to those other women, to all the families who trusted him. A year after Lily was born, Michael and I went back to Dr. Williams, the therapist who'd helped us. "We wanted to thank you," Michael said. "For what?" "For saving our marriage," I said. "If you hadn't pushed us to take a break, to focus on us, we might not be here." She smiled. "You saved your own marriage. I just gave you permission to try." We left her office, holding hands, Lily sleeping peacefully in her car seat. And I realized something. The 2-week wait that nearly destroyed my marriage was the same 2-week wait that saved it. Because month 49, when we stopped trying, when we focused on us, when we let go of control, that was when everything changed. Not because we weren't trying, but because we were finally living. 2 years later, I was invited to speak at a fertility support group to share my story. I stood in front of 20 women, all of them in the thick of their own struggles. "My name is Emma Carter," I said, "and I took 48 pregnancy tests over 4 years, all negative, until one wasn't." I told them everything. The breakdown, the marriage crisis, the cruel comments, the medical negligence, the giving up, and the miracle. "I won't tell you to relax," I said. "I won't tell you it'll happen when you stop trying. I won't give you empty platitudes. What I will tell you is this: your pain is valid. Your grief is real. Your struggle matters. And you are not broken." Half the room was crying. "I will tell you that you need to protect your mental health, your marriage, your relationships. Because infertility will take everything from you if you let it. And I'll tell you that whether your story ends with a baby or not, you are enough. Your worth is not determined by your ability to conceive." After I finished, women came up to me, shared their stories, thanked me, hugged me, and I realized why I'd gone through all of it, so I could help others survive their own storms. Today, Lily is 3 years old. She's smart, funny, full of life. Everything we dreamed of. Michael and I are stronger than ever. We went through hell and came out the other side. Different, changed, but together. Sometimes Lily asks about my past. Mommy, did you always want me? More than anything in the world. Was it hard to get me? I kneel down to her level. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. But you were worth every second of waiting. She hugs me. And I know every negative test, every broken moment, every tear, every fight, it led me here. To this perfect little girl, to this stronger marriage, to this life I almost gave up on. Month 49 saved my life. Not because I got pregnant, but because I learned to live again, to love again, to hope again. And that's the real miracle. Not just the baby, but finding myself again in the process. For 48 months, I didn't understand my body. I didn't know what my cycles were telling me. I didn't recognize the signs of ovulation. Looking back now, I realize how much time I wasted on confusion instead of clarity. If you're in the thick of trying to conceive, you need to understand your body's signals. The 7 signs of ovulation could change everything for you, just like they eventually did for me. Visit www.theinfertilitysecrets.com to learn what your body is trying to tell you, because knowledge is power. And understanding your cycle might be the missing piece you need. To everyone listening who's struggling right now, who's in their own 2-week wait, who's breaking month after month, I see you. I was you. And whether your story ends with a baby or with a different kind of healing, you are not alone. Your pain matters. Your journey matters. You matter. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on hope. And remember that sometimes the darkest 2-week wait is right before your miracle begins.